It was a lovely morning on the island of Sodor, and Thomas stood at Farquhar with Annie and Clarabelle. Just then, the Fat Controller arrived. "Leave those coaches, please, Thomas," he said. "Emily has broken down near the Whistling Woods. You must shunt her to the Sodor steamer straight away. Toby will take over on your branch line until you get back." "Yes, sir," replied Thomas, and he puffed away to find a siding for Annie and Clarabelle. On the way, Thomas stopped at Ryle Station. A grubby man with a bald hat and a fake scruffy moustache was waiting on the platform. "Excuse me," he said grandly, "I am a railway inspector, and I need to go to the Whistling Woods to inspect the line. Can you please take me there?" "Sure thing," replied Thomas. So the grubby man climbed on board, and Thomas steamed away. He seemed pretty nice, Thomas thought to himself. But he wasn't. As Thomas was huffing and puffing, he suddenly noticed something. "Bust my buffers," he puffed. "This isn't the way to the Whistling Woods," he said. "No, it ain't, pal," replied the grubby man. "Unless the mayor of Sodor gives me £100 million, we're gonna drive this dynamite right into Knapford Station." "Cinders and ashes," cried Thomas. "You're not a railway inspector, you're a thief. Help!" he cried. Thomas was very frightened. He raced past the signal box. The signalman saw the situation and quickly telephoned the Fat Controller. "Thomas has been kidnapped by the grubby man, and it's going to blow up Knapford Station at any minute." "Then we'll just have to stop them, won't we?" replied Sir Topham Hatt firmly. The Fat Controller hurried over to Titmuth Sheds to see the other engines. He looked very serious. "Thomas has been kidnapped by the grubby man," he said, "and he is going to blow up Knapford Station at any minute."
A few minutes
later, Percy and the Fat Controller caught up with Thomas. "Save me, Percy!" cried Thomas. "Don't worry, Thomas," replied Percy. "We'll try to save you." "You two, shut up!" cried the Fat Controller. "And Percy, get closer!" The Fat Controller leaped across into Thomas's cab. Then there was trouble. "Save yourself, sir!" cried Percy. Thomas carried on. "You'll never take me alive, Sir Topham Hatt!" cried the grubby man, holding an axe. "Or should that be Fatty?" And he chopped it into Thomas's safety valve. "Miss me?" laughed the Fat Controller. "Ah!" cried Thomas in pain. "Just finish me, you bunch of idiots!" he cried. The grubby man punched into the Fat Controller's face and hit into the lever. Thomas's wheels spun and spun faster and faster. "Now I really need help," he cried. The grubby man climbed onto Thomas's cab roof and talking on its walkie-talkie. "Big Boss to Doberman, request pickup." "Copy that," replied Diesel. "I'm on my way." Thomas gasped. "Diesel, you're part of this?" "Of course, Thomas," he said in his oily voice sternly. "He is my controller, and also, I'm tired of always listening to a bunch of steam trains. I can ruddy purr." Thomas got closer to Diesel, and Diesel started to move. "So long, fatty!" chuckled the grubby man. Then there was trouble. As he was about to jump in, Diesel crashed into some trucks. "Oh, drat and double drat," grumbled Diesel. "It's happened again." Thomas carried on. A broken bridge loomed ahead. "Pump those pistons, Thomas!" yelled the Fat Controller. Thomas leaped for dear life. And just made it to the other side. But the Fat Controller and the grubby man held on to one of Thomas's buffers, looking down a long way down to the water below. "Fatty, Topham, help me!" cried the grubby man. "I'll tell my something, I swear. Just pull me up." "End of the line, garbage boy," replied the Fat Controller. Oh well. Said the grubby man sheepishly. At least I didn't end up in prison. Oh dear. What stinky rubbish. Later, Knapford station staff hosted a party for the Fat Controller, hosted by the mayor. Well done, Topham. Knapford station is safe. Yes, I'm so proud of you, son, replied Dowager Hat. Thank you, Mother, and you're quite welcome, Mayor, replied the Fat Controller. And how did you dispose of the dynamite? Asked the Mayor. Suddenly, Tom's coach blew up because the dynamite was inside. Debris flew everywhere. Didn't make it? Asked Percy. Well, that's the best way of putting it, Percy, replied the Fat Controller. No! My coach! Cried Tom. Yes, I know, I'm really sorry, Tom. But look on the bright side, he said. At least it wasn't one of us. Then everyone in Sodal would buy a Hummer. And everyone laughed, especially Thomas. Well, nearly everyone. Sighed Tom. I wish I did had enough money to buy a Hummer to replace my coach.